back, people. What is up? Got another stream going on here. Miami Dolphins versus the Jaguars preseason week 3. We're about 30 minutes out. Very excited for this to get underway. We're actually going to see the news that I just saw. So we knew the starters were playing, but apparently Darren Waller is dressed. So we're actually going to see Darren Waller in some action, I'm guessing, if he is out there dressed for a warm-up. So that will be very interesting. I think that is a little surprising. I think it's probably the most surprising thing about a player playing so far. So he'll be. I'm looking forward to kind of seeing him with the starters, how that looks, I want to see his usage realistically. It's not necessarily about him making plays, but I want to see kind of how he's aligned, what routes they're having him run. Are they, having him doing anything blocking related? So that will be an interesting little take. We'll see the starters. I mean, I don't need to see too much from the starters at this point. I think really week 3 is kind of about, let the starters get into a little bit of a rhythm, but we don't need to, have them be up there that long. It's not that big of a deal how successful they are. I think this is more so about players making the 53, because there's players out there we can look at specific positions, and there's guys that are fighting and that can really, with a breakout game, a breakout moment, they could really push themselves to end up making the roster. What up? Doubtful? Well, what's doubtful? What's up, Cam, Alfredo? How you guys doing? I'm probably not going to be live during the whole game because I think I'm going to have to go at some point. But yeah, this should be fun. Should Zach play longer since he hasn't been doing great? I don't know if he needs to play longer, to be honest. I don't know if that will change that much. For me, you know what I would actually like to see? I would actually like to see like a little bit of a swap, because I think certain players could be performing better or could be performing worse because of the second versus third team thing. So I actually wouldn't mind seeing Ewers play with the second team. I don't think they're not going to do that, but I would like to see Ewers play with the second team because he would go against better competition, but he'd also have better receivers and stuff around him. So that'd be nice. But also, like, it would be interesting to see Zach go against third team or see if that would potentially change anything with those two. I don't know if it would change that much, to be honest, but I'm sure he'll play a decent chunk. I'm guessing he'll get like, if Tua probably plays like the first drive, I'm imagining Zach will probably play, the next, like the first half after that. Like he'll play the whole first half and they'll probably get yours second half. Does KJ Britt make 53? I think so. Personally, I don't think they should cut him. Do you still think Jalen Wright should be RB2? I think we put a little too much emphasis sometimes on preseason, and I like Ollie Gordon a lot. But if Ollie did have to, like he wouldn't perform as well as he's performing right now in preseason if he went into the regular season games. I do think he can be a solid player, but I think for the RB2 job, it should be still a battle going into the regular season. I don't think it should be like, oh, let's crown one of them as RB2. And anyways, we don't even know who RB2 is right now anyways. We don't know who RB1 is because of the injuries. We don't know if Achane will be back. We don't know what Jalen Wright's health status is. But I think it would be foolish to like already give up on Jalen Wright so early just based on some preseason carries. And I think a lot of the hate Jalen Wright's got is people are missing context. Like if you watch the film, there's not been a single hole for Jalen Wright to run through. Like not a single time did he have a decent hole to work with. Now the fumbling, inexcusable. You can't be fumbling. That's how he will. If he is gonna fight for an RB2, RB3 job, he'll lose the job if he continues to fumble. Yeah, Darren Waller out there on the field. Yeah. Well, to be fair, it's one fumble in the preseason. I know he I think fumbled in practice like once or twice. I think one might have been on just a missed handoff, not necessarily like a normal fumble. Like him and Tua are on the same page, but yeah, it can't be fumbling. I can't remember. Did he fumble last year during the regular season? I know there was one missed handoff against the Patriots game, but that was like kind of on Wright, kind of on Tua. It wasn't your typical fumble. I'm trying to remember. Did he have any fumbles on like normal carries where he got like stripped? You get a haircut. What do you think about adding the RB from Washington? Yeah, Julius, he got traded to the Niners. It would have been something I would have been for it for a 6th round pick. The Dolphins didn't have a 6th round pick, so they would have to give up something different. I would have been about it, but I also don't think it's like that big of a deal they missed out on that move. I do like Brian Robinson, but I do think it will be better to see the young guys play, like Jalen Wright, Ollie Gordon. Achan's still your RB1 no matter what. We can all agree that he's not having a breakout year that everyone thought he would have. I mean, the year hasn't even started yet, so I don't know if we can agree on that. I think we see this every preseason where a player does great or a player does poorly, and then the regular season happens. Like last year, would have people said Chop Robinson would have broke out? No. If you watch this preseason, no. So to me, it's too early to say that. Like, this is not 100% real football. But I think he's still going to be better than what people are saying. If he's healthy. I don't know what his health is. Health is the big thing right now. He got injured at the last practice. And I think it's a mistake to make over adjustment so early. Yeah. Apparently Waddle's dressed too, so we might see Waddle out there. I'm trying to see what else. Damn. Apparently Dante Trader's not dressed. I wonder if they're trying to hide Trader, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to get Trader either. I mean, he could also go on like an injury list, but that means he might be out for season. I hope they don't do that to Trader. I want to see him at some point. But also, like, they could also be hiding him. I've been thinking this for the past few days. Like, there's certain players, like, they tend to try to hide, like, through preseason and then maybe get through waivers. I personally hope they don't do that. I don't want to risk losing Trader. Unfortunately, he's the only rookie that we really didn't get to actually see play in preseason. He's probably the one I wanted to see the most. Only played like 5 snaps. Does Tyndall and Easy A make this team in your opinion? No. I don't think Easy E will at all. He didn't even make the team last year, and I think he's got an even tougher battle ahead of him. I guess Tyndall isn't 100% out, but like I would be still pretty surprised if they kept him around. Waddle about to have his best year? Yeah. I hope so. If he gets the usage. I think for some reason people think Waddle's like, just because he had like a down year statistically, people think he's like not good anymore. But he's still a very good player. Yeah. Patrick Morris, another one. He's kind of the safety room's interesting because it all kind of depends on injury for that room, right? Because Ashton Davis is hurt, but he didn't have a boot on at the last practice, right? I think at the last 2 practices he was seen without a boot, so he might be ahead of schedule. So if we thought he might start the year on IR, which would leave an extra safety spot open. So it kind of depends on like McMorris, Trader, what they're trying to do with Trader. We don't know. I think with him being out, that also could change their mindset. So that kind of leaves Patrick McMorris in a weird spot. Because he's someone I would like to keep around as well. And I do think if they did cut McMorris, I do think he's someone they could get on the practice squad. And that's totally fine. Like if you're able to get the guys on the practice squad, they're still around. You elevate them. They're players that they are players that can still see playing time. The Dolphins have every year since they've added more spots to the practice squad, and they've made like the elevation rule a little more accessible. The Dolphins have had practice squad players come up and play snaps for you, so it wouldn't be the worst thing as long as they can get that. People have short-term memory loss. It's a what have you done for me lately thing. Oh yeah. The NFL stands for not for long. Like, yeah, people that like some people legitimately think like Tyreek. I've seen like the top wide receiver duos listed, and because to me, I feel like people are lacking a lot of context. Like with like Tyreek and Waddle are like not listed in top wide receiver duos, and I'm like, it's not like they're not talented anymore. It's just last year the whole offense fell apart. Tua missed 6 games. The Dolphins couldn't run the ball. They couldn't throw the ball down the field, and that was more so due to the state of the offense and the offensive line and like your backup quarterbacks. And I think it had to do with your receivers' talent. I don't think like they fell off a cliff. Easy at running back? I doubt it. He's definitely at his best with the ball in his hands, but he doesn't have. He plays too tall. I don't see him sort of translating to running back. I think that Sale has set. He could end up on the practice squad again. I think any player cut could end up on the practice squad pretty much. Maybe not any player, but like a lot of them are at least in discussion. Plus, the players can also decide. Like if they get an offer to go to someone else's practice squad, they can do that too. So that also can potentially change some minds up. We got 53 people in here, so we should talk about the 53-man roster. So yeah, I think a few positions I feel like are pretty set. Like I think the Dolphins pretty set at keeping 3 quarterbacks. They're keeping Tua, they're keeping Zach, they're keeping Ewers. It's just I don't see any way they move on from the 2 and 3 spot. You know, they can't move on from Zach because of the money, and then they are not going to risk losing Ewers because they're trying to develop that running back. So I actually think because we talked about Brian Robinson earlier, right? I think the best part about the Brian Robinson thing is now you can keep 6 receivers. Because I think if you added Brian Robinson and say Achane and Wright were healthy, like ready to go early in the season, so they're on the roster. Achane, Wright, Gordon, and then also B-Rob, then you keep a fullback. That would mean you would probably have to take away from like the receiver spot or the tight end room. So now it does at least allow you to keep an extra body because you don't need to keep Mike Boone or Aaron Shamplin on the 53. Like you can get those guys on the practice squad if you want running backs in the practice squad. Those guys don't need to be rostered. So you can have Achane, Wright, Gordon, Ingold, and then you can keep potentially 6 receivers. That's where I'm at. Those 3 quarterbacks. You got 4 in the running back spot, including Ingold. And then I would keep 6 receivers: Waddle, Tyreek, Malik, Nick Westbrook-Akine, locked in at 4, then Eskridge at 5. And then I would personally keep Taj Washington at 6. I think he's the most talented of the bunch. I think after that, it's Theo Weiss. He would be one guy I'm trying to get on the practice squad. He clearly has a chemistry with Quinn. I like what I've seen, but I think just Eskridge and Taj have really. I know people want the size at the receiver position, but to me, if they were going to keep the guy only for the size, then I need you to be playing at that size in a dominant way. Theo is more known for his nuance in his stem. Like he's a very nuanced receiver. He understands the details, but he's not like a dominant physical presence. He doesn't bully people. He doesn't make a ton of crazy contested catches. He's not like a great blocker or anything. So like if I was going to keep a big receiver, that's what it would be to do those things. Like Nick Westbrook-Akine does that. So it's it would have to be a different type of it. Okay. I worry about the DN room. I think we'll be losing some talent. What's your opinion on the Judon setting? Yeah, I like Judon. I think it makes sense. I do understand the being scared of losing some of the talent in that end room. But I do think overall it does make sense after it happened. I was like, yeah, it makes sense because Judon is going to be much more valuable as like a 4th end guy. And Phillips and Chubb, are coming off major injuries. Like they haven't played real snaps in a long time. And I do think they're going to have good years. But you do need same with the offensive line. The offensive line, other than Tua, obviously, the offensive line is what's going to make the offense tick. So you need to stay healthy there. The same thing with the defense is even though they need corner help, it doesn't matter if you get better corner help or not. You need the D-line to carry you no matter what at this point. So adding more depth to that room, I don't think I'll be mad about it, especially because he's someone who can play legit snaps for you and be productive, and he fits the room pretty well. I do think it sucks you're probably going to lose someone, but I do think they can get most of these edges that they want on the practice squad. They were going to lose someone no matter what because they just had so many bodies in that room. But I think they're going to keep 5, and the 5th will either be like Grayson Murphy, Quentin Bell, Cameron Good, Derek McClendon. I think all of them have a shot. I think Kamara, they're going to try to Kamara hasn't even been practicing. Oh, I'm moving myself. Okay. Kamara hasn't been practicing, so I think he might play tonight. So maybe I don't know if he's playing tonight, actually. If he is playing tonight, which he should be, he could potentially, save himself. But also, I think they're probably going to be trying to sneak him onto some squad or something like that. Maybe maneuver him with some injury stuff. But yeah, we'll see how it plays out. I think out of that group, Grayson Murphy is the one with the best chance of getting claimed if he's cut. But I also think there's a decent chance he goes unclaimed because, for the most part, players go unclaimed. We do this every year. We are worried about players getting claimed, and then none of them do. But I do think Murphy's the one with a chance. Nick and Waller was part of that receiving room size. That's another reason I'm like Waller is basically a big receiver for you. If Tanner Connor's on the team, he's basically a big receiver. It's Tanner Connor, but he still would be a bigger receiver. That's pretty much what it is. Wright's playing. That would be huge because that'd be nice to see. Hopefully he's good. I didn't see it posted. So. Apparently, David Ferrona says Jack Jones shown in pregame warmups as the corner back opposite Storm Duck. Love to hear that. Jack Jones should be getting first team reps over Kendall Sheffield. I've been saying that one all camp. Like, it's just the best move. I know the Jags aren't playing people, it looks like. I imagine the Dolphins starters are only going to play like one, maybe 2 drives. It just depends on how the first drive goes. Yeah. With Trader not playing, man, I really hope they aren't trying to sneak Trader by, because that's risky to me. It is risky to sneak a 5th round rookie by and get him on the practice squad, because you can do that more so with like 2nd year players, because scouts haven't had eyes on those guys in a while, but like those scouts were just watching Trader film not that long ago. All it takes is one team to be like, oh, I like that guy. Wright's on the sideline. Okay, well, I hope he gets a chance. What I've heard is Jack is boomer bust. I like gambling. Yeah, he is boomer bust. But to be fair, I think most of the corners on the team, like especially Kendall Sheffield, has not really performed well in his real playing time. So I would rather take the guy that's like at least has the potential to make big plays. Like, yes, he's gonna get beat, but I think every corner on the Dolphins roster is gonna get beat at some point. Any word how long the Stars are playing? No word, but just knowing the Dolphins and like their usual stuff, they usually only play like a drive or 2. And usually if their first drive's successful, then they come out. At least most of the starters come out. What's up, Troll? Will the Dolphins win tonight? I mean, I don't really care. But yeah. Let's see. Trying to see if anyone else has been reported playing. Bradley Chubb's uniformed. Well, apparently Waller didn't go out when the first team and second team offense was warming up, so maybe he's not playing. He just went out in uniform and it didn't, and he decided not to. I don't know. Don't see any other information. Also, I don't know if you guys saw, I made a Eugene Asante, the Miami Dolphins UDFA linebacker. I made a video on him today, film breakdown, just like on the preseason. I had that video as members only, and I like got a notification that I got a new member. I had it members only yesterday, and I got a notification I got a new member, and I checked the name, and the guy's name was Eugene Asante, so I'm pretty sure he joined up to watch the video I made on him. He wouldn't be the first Dolphin. I know last year Jason Maitre had watched the video that I made on him. He messaged me about it. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Waller going to be another Chase Claypool? I mean, potentially. But Chase Claypool was... Difference between Chase Claypool and Waller is Chase Claypool has always been bad, while Waller at least used to be good. But at the end of the day, like, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Every team in the league makes moves like that don't work out. Like, that's nothing major. It was a low risk move. You know, making like a late pick swap is what it is. I think Travis is playing tonight. Hunter? I don't know. Yeah. Guys, just ignore the all caps. Yeah, that is pretty cool. What's up, Scotty, Phil? How you doing? Yeah, I don't know if I'm probably not going to be live for this whole game because I do have something to do later. But yeah, I will be definitely live for this, at least this first hour of that game. And I'll be making film breakdowns throughout the week. We're going to be like 2 weeks out from the regular season. So I'll be able to like make videos. I'll probably do a stream the day or two after. We can talk about the cuts that are happening, looking at the roster. We can go back through the roster. I didn't get to finish. I only kind of got through some of the positions. I think D tackle, we haven't talked about D tackle. I think you keep 5. You got 4 locked in there for sure. Like Grant, Benito Jones, Sealer, Jordan Phillips locked in. Like I would be very surprised if anything happened there. Then number 5, I think as of right now is Zeke Biggers. But there's another couple names in the conversation. I think Matthew Butler, Matt Dickerson are in the convo. I just don't know if the Dolphins are going to risk cutting one of their draft picks. They could also keep 6. That's not an impossibility, keeping 6. You never know how they're thinking about structuring things early on, especially because the first cut downs, your first time you reach 53 isn't necessarily your 53 going into the season. Sometimes you make claims. Sometimes then you put people on IR, and then you bring the long snapper back to the squad or something like that. Like things change out. Winter cuts. Teams that played yesterday, Fabric, I saw making cuts today. So you will probably see some cuts tomorrow, and they have to be. I think it's Tuesday when it has to be finalized, like Tuesday noon or something. Maybe it was 4. It's either noon Eastern, 4 Eastern, something like that. 1 Eastern maybe. Tuesday, and then Wednesday they can start finalizing the practice squad. So by Tuesday we'll know for sure. 7 wide receivers, 3 tight ends? No, I imagine we'll see 6. Need some more merch in that dungeon. Yeah, I need to start putting some stuff on the wall. What up? Taylor, have you seen Curtis's film study of Jonah? His footwork was bad. I remember that being an issue with him before. I did not see it, but I'd have to rewatch the film to me, I think it's been a technical problem all around, but I think it's been more of an upper body issue in my opinion with hand stuff. But I mean, it all ties together. We beat 12, yeah. Right, how many wide receivers do we keep? I think after not trading from Brian Robinson Jr., I think that should allow you to keep 6, personally. I think they keep 6. I hope they keep 6. I think the Dolphins want to run more 11 personnel this year, so that means you could keep receivers. Now, Darren Waller is basically an extra receiver too, so he kind of is a 7th one, but they might not think they can be relying on him going into the season, so keeping 6, I feel pretty bad about that. My receivers: Hill, Waddle, Respect, Malik, Eskridge, and Weiss. I would keep Taj over Weiss, but yeah, I'm keeping 6, and I would put Weiss on the practice squad. But that's where I'm at. And then O-line, I think they keep 9. O-line is very tough to predict because we don't know the injuries with Eichenberg and Meyer. Eichenberg and Meyer have been out for a while, so depending on what they do with those guys in terms of because you can designate 2 people to IR without making them be out for a season, before you cut down to 53. So they could designate one of those 2. I think those 2 could be one of the designated people that you can put on short-term IR. That would then open a spot to keep guys like a Braden Daniels or I don't know what they're going to do. Obviously, Borum's on the team. I think Brunskill has a good shot. Keon Smith as well, even though he struggled. It's just, who else do you have at tackle? Another Gesicki. Who, Waller? I want the height Weiss brings. Yeah, I talked about that a little bit early, Scotty, and the reason I might have agreed with you if it was just I needed a different style. I understand wanting to keep a big receiver, but in my opinion, Weiss's good traits don't really have anything to do with him being a bigger body, he makes some plays that bigger body receivers make, but he hasn't made a ton of contested catches. He's actually not finished most of his contested catches, which is usually what you want out of your bigger receivers. He's more known for his nuance, his smart play. And then he's also not a good blocker either, which is a reason I would want to keep him on the team. Being a super physical threat. Nick Westbrook-Akine is more of your typical bigger body, box people out. He'll be physical as a blocker. Theo Weiss just doesn't bring that to me. I've seen Taj make tougher plays. I've seen him go out there and throw a better block than Weiss did. I've seen him make a tough catch and take a big hit. So to me, I just think Taj is just a better player. I just think he's a better player than Theo, and he's shown to be better. So I'm just keeping the better player at this point. And I think you can get Weiss on the practice squad. So if you lose Weiss, that sucks. But I think I'm more willing to risk him than Taj. Yeah. No, Weiss is not a tight end / receiver. He can't do any of the tight end stuff. He's not yeah, Connor's more of that tight end / receiver role. Darren Waller is more of that. Weiss does not have the physicality for that. Any chance Biggers makes it? Yeah, I think he has a good chance. I think he has a pretty good chance. Okay. Well, we're getting close. We're only a few minutes out. Still waiting for NWI and Waller to show up. NWI has showed up. Why do I keep getting all these messages about NWI? Like, y'all realize he was inactive last week, right? Because the starters didn't play. Like, he's one of the guys that was inactive. First week, he had like a 30-yard catch, and he had some good blocks in preseason. And he hasn't been like completely quiet in camp. I don't understand that. I don't understand why I see every stream I do, I keep getting this about NWI. And he doesn't need to be productive either. Like, I don't need NWI to put up crazy catch or yardages. That's not where he brings his value. Brings some value in the red zone, get some touchdowns, do the dirty work as a blocker. That's what I want out of him. I'm very excited. I think Marshall starts at nickel. There's a real shot for that. I think what I said last week is I think the year starts with Hilton. And then I think when Hilton, eventually maybe there's an injury or like he doesn't play, like he's not the same player he used to be, I think a Marshall will inevitably take over. It will be interesting to see who they got out there with the starters today, because they will have the starters out there. I know Jack Jones is out. Apparently he was warming up next to Storm Duck, so that'll be interesting. What position haven't we talked about? I talked about the whole offense pretty much, I think. Haven't talked about the secondary that much because who knows what they're doing there. Off-ball linebacker, I think it's 4, and I think it's Jordan Brooks, Willie Gay, Tyrell Dotson, KJ Britt. I think you keep Asante on the practice squad. Shout out Eugene Asante. And I think you let Channing Tindall go. You could keep Tindall on the practice squad if he wants to stay here, if he's available to stay here. I mean, I'm down for that. I'm not against it, but also I don't think it's necessary. And then like secondary practice squad guys, I would probably look to keep a lot of the UDFAs. I would be down to keep any of them on the practice squad. You probably won't keep all of them, but I'm down to keep a couple. If Isaiah Johnson doesn't make it, then Isaiah Johnson would for sure be a practice squad target. Say McMorris doesn't make it, then him too. We talked a little bit about Trader earlier. Are they trying to hide Trader? That is a possibility because he hasn't played. He's inactive tonight as well. I hope they don't try to do the hide thing with Trader, because I think that's one that could get spotted by other teams, because the scouts like are in charge of a lot of that stuff, and the scouts have recently got eyes on Dante Trader. They watched him, only a few months ago. So I think that'd be risky. I think Doug Jones and Marshall are starting 3. I mean, I'm down to see that. Do you know if Hilton's active? Because I wonder what they're doing with Hilton. I guess they could also try to practice squad Hilton. That's a possibility. Omar Kelly tweeted out, Jalen Wright is on the field, not dressed. He isn't on crutches. He has a compression sleeve on his left leg. That's a good thing. So it seems like Wright's injury isn't too bad. That's good. I mean, he's not playing tonight. He doesn't need to play. So hopefully he's good there. Kenneth Grant not in uniform. Tyreek Hill not in uniform. A-Chan. And Austin Jackson not out there. That all makes sense. They said Grant's day-to-day. They don't need to rush him out there. I've seen enough from Grant to know that he's the real deal, and I think he'll be ready. Probably going to see a lot of Mike Boone and Aaron Shamklin tonight. And I think whoever does better out of that duo, Shamklin and Boone, will be like the guy they keep on the practice squad. They could keep both. I mean, to be honest, you can't keep 2 running backs. Okay. Sorry, Anthony. You're just typing in all caps some nonsense. Had to put you down. Brooks back in the mix tonight, or is he still banged up? I haven't seen anyone mention him. Honestly, I hope he's. Let me look up if anyone's tweeted anything about him. I don't think he doesn't need to play. But knowing Jordan Brooks, if he is good to go, he probably will play. But it'll also be a good. He is dressed for today's game, so yeah. Isaiah Smalls tweeted out that he's dressed out there, so that's very good. That was one of the biggest, I think, worries from that practice last week, as he went down on the final play. Looks like we're about to start up here. Or it's 7 o'clock, so we'll probably start in a second. Or can I watch the game locally in Jax? Oh, I have no idea, man. I'm just on NFL Plus. Or do you have as our 2 exemption IR guys? Yeah, I think Eichenberg is in play for sure. I don't know how exactly the rules work, but I was thinking of like, who are the people in question? Like Eichenberg. Like I don't know what they're gonna do with Ashton Davis. That would be an interesting one because he's been out. Yeah, Meyer. I feel like those are the ones, right? Oh yeah, I agree. Anthony Gregory. You definitely don't need to play Hilton. I'm just trying to. You definitely don't need to play him. You don't need to play most of the veterans at all. But I'm just trying to get an idea of where maybe I'm trying to read what the Dolphins are doing. You know, get an idea for what they're thinking. A-Chan maybe better. I hope not. They said. I mean, from everything I've read, I don't think he's gonna miss out many. Like he could maybe miss like week 1, but I don't think he's gonna miss. Like enough games where they're like, oh, let's put him on IR to miss like 4, you know. But yeah, apparently they're saying we'll play 2 to 3 series, the starters. That's what just popped up in front. So 2 to 3 series, a little bit more. That's probably what I'm going to watch because I do have to go. I can't watch the whole game. I do have to go at some point. So. But I will be doing breakdowns. We'll be doing some streams after this. Judon out there. Interesting. Sealer out there. Hopefully. If I can watch the whole game in Scotland, you can watch the whole game. Oh, I'll be watching the whole game. I just have something to do. Oh, they're showing that Ethan Robinson pick. That pick was crazy. I just wish Ethan Robinson had done some other made some other plays outside of that, because then that would have, maybe given him a chance, but it's been his only real positive play, to be honest. Ever since 2 players immediately start season IR, not they have to return, yeah. Yeah, I just didn't know if they had to be like, because you said he was on PvP. I was like, I just thought they could be anything. But yeah, I feel like, yeah, like Ashton Davis, Eichenberg, and Meyer seem like those 2 players, right? Like the two of them would be like very likely. I feel like one of the O linemen for sure, because you could potentially be both. Like if you're keeping like Brunskill on the roster, Brunskill can do what you would ask out of Meyer or Eichenberg for those first few weeks in the season. My game present. Flacco throwing dimes to pick them up. I think he went to the Browns so he could start. Waller suited on did pregame shows. Yeah, but I also read after that I mean I don't know how true it is, but they said he wasn't doing like he was talking to Mike while they were doing like first team and second team stuff. So maybe he's not playing. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We're gonna find out here real quick. He's pointing both feet outward like a duck. The ticket and the game ain't on. Oh, what? Like, wait, what are you talking about? Come on. They're at commercials right now. Play by play here. Do I have to lock in? Okay, so who tonight do you think, like, out of the guys that are, like, clearly on the... Because there's some players here that are clearly, like, on the, you know, the edge of the roster. They could lean to not making it to making it. Who out of those guys do you think ends up pushing to make it? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember reading the weather could have been bad today, but it didn't look like it when they went to the game. But I know it was, like, raining earlier. Here we go. Like to see Ewers start? Well, we're getting Tua. I would like to see Ewers get second team, though. Just to see him with different guys, see Zach with different guys. I think that would be interesting. Cam Good makes it somehow to do special teams. It's not impossible. I think the addition of Matt Judon either means they keep a special teams edge there, which is either Cameron Good or Quentin Bell, or they keep like the guy that's very different from Judon and Grayson Murphy. The tight end room is all over the place. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised to see someone that's cut from another team. But to me, if they were going to keep a special teams guy, I think I'd rather just keep Quentin Bell, you know, because I think Bell can also do the special team stuff. And when he's played, he's, I think, like, overall a little bit better than Good. Like, both of them don't make a ton of play. They're not both not much as pass rushers. Both are equally decent around the run, but I think Bell has been more consistent, and then Bell is definitely better in coverage if he has to drop. Did it start yet? Not on YouTube TV yet? Well, YouTube TV is weird with these preseason games. I'm on NFL Plus. I don't know how the YouTube TV stuff works. It's showing up here. Like, the game hasn't started, but like it's showing me the lead up to it. So it wouldn't be. I don't like YouTube TV with the right preseason games is hit or miss. I think Brown Farrow. Yeah, I would not be surprised if Farrow's cut because he's played late into preseason games. Guys like Julian Hill didn't even suit up last week. Tanner Connor's only been playing like first half snaps. That usually is not a good sign for someone like Farrow. Even though like Connor and Farrow are very different players in like what they would be asked to do, but who knows? Looks like the Dolphins kicking off. We start on defense. Oh. Oh yeah, kickoff. Okay, what the heck was that? That was weird. Okay, we got some special teams action. Okay. Nick Westbrook-Akini out there, Channing Tindall, Quentin Bell, Tanner Connor involved on that. KJ Britt maybe as well, just a lot of big ones in there. Bailey kicking off. Yeah, it looked like it. Wonder what they're trying there. Because with the new kickoff rules, they might be trying some different stuff out. Because you don't need to just, like, nowadays, you're not really trying to kick it out of the end zone. You're trying to, like, land it in the perfect spot. Yeah. Let's see. Storm Duck out there. Jack Jones. Oh, Chop Robinson. I think Chop came unblocked there. I think they had a 5-man front. I think Chop was... I wish they show this again, because... Let's see. Nope, they're showing the wrong guy. Yeah, Chop came in unblocked. They had Phillips off the edge and Chubb off the edge. All three on the field at the same time. But Chop had Handon in the dirt, too. Doing that on first down is kind of insane. But yeah, they kept Chop... You leave Chop unblocked, like, that's crazy, because he's so explosive. You know I'm a good big... Chop, you can go to the sideline, which I think he did. Let me see who's in the slot. Okay, now they have a nickel out there. I'm trying to see who's in nickel. Showing blitz. Yeah, I think Jason Marshall's in the nickel, it looks like. false start. Looked like they were showing pressure, going to bring Willie Gay. They false start. Yeah, that's what you're trying to do up front with this defense. Obviously, this is just preseason. I think Jags are playing mostly backup, so that's expected. But that's sort of the idea that they're going for. Quick pressures with different looks. Yeah, so Bradley Chubb, Sealer, Benito, and Chubb, or Phillips Chubb, yeah. 3 DBs are out there. It looks like Melifonwu and Minka out there. So, okay, so those are starting safeties. They're running a screen. Oh, not good. Got tackled by his own guy. Picked up a decent gain there. Dolphins didn't even play that bad. Willie Gay just got blocked on it. He read it. Third down, though. Still third and decently long because of the first sack. Ooh. QB ran for the first. QB just shot up a cannon there. QB didn't even try to throw this ball. He hit his back foot and just took off. Oh, runner short. Fourth down. Looks like Gay is calling the defense. Am I mistaken? Let me check the linebackers. That's like the only position I haven't looked at. I was looking at secondary D-line. They're going for it. 4th and 1. Jordan Phillips on the field. Let me see the linebackers. Yeah, because Dotson, I'm guessing they're not playing. Yeah, Mink is out there. Guessing with Brooks, they're kind of... Because Brooks would usually call it. I don't know. Looks like he got the QB sneak. Yeah. Minka was at least out there on the first couple plays. I'm sure he's still out there. There's still all the starters are still out there. Yeah, Minka and Melifonwu are the safeties right now. Dotson, Willie Gay are the linebackers. So no Jordan Brooks. They got Jason Marshall in the... No, he's not out there right now. They're not in nickel. They're in base. So Jordan Phillips out there as a third defense tackle. Good blitz. Willie Gay off the edge comes in unblocked and forces the QB to throw that ball incomplete. They've had a lot of looks. I think the good part you've seen so far from this defense is they're getting free rushers at the QB, which is what you're going to want to see going into the regular season. It's one of the things I think Weaver does best is his different blitz. He didn't blitz a ton last year, but when he did blitz, it was very effective. Okay, Jason Marshall back out there. Handed off, Bradley Chubb. They tried to hit the... I think they brought the nickel blitz there, and Chubb was able to squeeze down the line on like an... looked like it was like a read option. Damn, they got a first down on the starting defense, season over, yeah. How do we stop these running QBs? I mean, it was just one play. And that QB just took off instantly. He didn't even try. I do think the Dolphins will be better against running QBs this year, but it's still going to, like, obviously running QBs are going to make some plays against you. It just happens against every defense. See what we got here. 3rd and long. I would have Chop as a spy. I would have Phillips as a spy. But yeah, both work. Oh! 3rd and 11. They tried... He had time there, actually. Looked like his tight end kind of slipped down, and it was incomplete. Ball almost tipped up into the air for a pick. But yeah, they get off the field. Yeah, he slipped... and not on the same page. Yeah, so Jason Marshall, Storm Duck, Jack Jones, the corners. Very interesting. And honestly, you know me, I'm down to play the young and talented guys. Malik with a solid punt return there. Makes the first guy miss. I feel like Malik makes that first guy miss on the punt return like every time. You know me. Okay, we're off at a commercial. You know me. I love Malik, bro. Yeah. I'm guessing Malik will still see a lot of return duties this year. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, you know, it's not gonna be. I'm probably to see some different rotation. Kick return, you kind of have two guys back there. But I wouldn't be surprised. Like, Malik was mostly effective last year. He actually helped you win some games. The only one was like that big Packers fumble was like the one negative. But outside of that, yeah, I love Malik. Malik plays like a running back. He's kind of built like one. Yeah. Yeah. Decent first series. Where's Graham? I guess you're talking about Kenneth Grant. He's not suited up. But looking at D-tackle rotation there, I believe Jordan Phillips came in when Sealer and Benito were on the field. Jordan Phillips was the next one in. So with Grant not suited, Jordan Phillips, that fourth guy, like seeing that they're already making that known. I want Jordan Phillips to see some playing time this season. I think the only player not playing tonight that I'm very disappointed about is Dante Trader. I do really wonder if they are trying to hide him, but we'll see how that plays out. We'll find out in the next couple days. So offense here, we're not going to have Tyreek or Achane. So we're going to see, because I don't think Wright's suited up either. So we're going to see Ollie with the first team offense. That will be interesting. We haven't seen much runners with the first team, except we saw Achane and Wright in week one versus the Bears for a drive, and they had some pretty successful runs until they got down to the goal line. Then it was unsuccessful. I see Borum again. I actually have some thoughts on Borum. I might just make a video on him this week. Did Fuller retire after the last season when you know their corner? Considering Kendall Fuller was like one of the first people they released, I feel like they really wanted to move on from him because they released him fast. And they talked about, did you guys see the report where, like, I forget who it was a couple days ago, but they said, like, you know how there was like the people that were late last season? It was like 5 players that got fined for being late last year, and apparently 4 out of the 5 were DBs. I don't know if Fuller was one. I have no idea. I'm assuming one was Ramsey, that they moved on from Ramsey. I'm assuming one was Holland. They moved on from Holland. I kind of assume one was Poyer as well. I don't know who the 4th is. They moved on from Fuller, but it also could be like a Cam Smith type thing. Maybe he was late a couple times or something. But who knows? I'm not disappointed because I need to see Kenneth Graham. I'm disappointed because I want to see. Oh, yeah. No, I definitely feel it. I would love to see Kenny G, but when he's, missing, they're saying he's a little bit injured, don't want to risk it, Here we go. First team back on the field. Who's out there? You got Malik, Waddle, and Nick Westbrook. Here we got Malik. Underneath, screen. Nick Westbrook, Akine with the block. And there's a flag. What is it? Illegal man downfield? What is it? Ineligible man downfield. Jonah, ineligible man downfield. Let me see it. Let me see how far downfield he was. Yeah, I guess. So unnecessary. First and 15, here we go. Got a blitz off the edge there off the right. They got some free rushers. Two people unblocked. Yeah, I don't know what Borum's doing there. I mean, one would have still been unblocked, but I'm not sure why he left the inside guy unblocked. Okay, 2nd and 15. Killing the first one with a penalty, you know that. Motion out. Boom. Malik making some plays. Malik's a dog, man. Quick little stick route to Malik. He breaks a tackle, makes another guy miss, gets upfield. Third and 6. Jalen Waddle in the slot. He's got a one-on-one with the linebacker. And sack. I wish they could do some change-up stuff. I need to see this play again. And it's technically Borum's guy, but it's not really on Borum. And we're punting. Punting it. Pretty good punt from Bailey, actually. Fair catch. Show the game. The stream will get taken down so fast for copyright. Yeah, I mean, that drive was just, killed by penalty, you know? And a pointless one, too. We're always doing that. Pointless penalty and then mistake up front. They get the knockdown. Whoa, I'm getting blinded by the light. Hopefully that goes away second. I just look straight into it. Tua does not look good today. I think that's it's a little early to say that. Yeah, I don't understand how the blocking the games works out, and yeah, VPN. Tanner Connor started. Yeah, so Tanner Connor and Pharaoh Brown were the two times out there, but Julian Hill's not dressed, so that could. And I don't even know if Waller's even playing today. 2 plays ahead of you. I mean, it's commercial. I mean, we're back from commercial now. Let's see what we got. We back. Okay, I think the starting defense is still out there. Same group, it looks like. Looks like Elijah Campbell's in at safety, though, over Melifonwu. Quick throw out to the flat. They rally, complete for about 5, 6. Tua is so short he can't throw over edge rushers. I mean, it was 2 unblocked guys in his face. What? There's actually no correlation to like height and knockdown passes. Like, I remember when Joe Flacco used to play, he's one of the tallest QBs. He would like lead the league and like batted passes every year. I am getting blinded. I wish I had shades on that window. Decent run there from that running back, picks up about 10. Matthew Butler on the field. Judon. So it looks like some of the backups have come in on the defense side of the ball. QB taking off again. Damn. Apparently, Tua has a career batted pass rate of 0.83%, which is like extremely low. So like it's one of the biggest non-issues I've ever heard brought up about Tua. What? Oh my god. I'm watching. Okay, I gotta lock in. Jet sweep. Get around, pick up 7. Yeah, I know. I'm getting blinded. It should go. It's about to get behind the trees, but it's gonna be a circuit. Okay, 2nd and 4. I'm like getting distracted, not locked in. They run the ball, pick up about almost 3 there. So 3rd and 1. Willie Gay makes the tackle. Yeah, I know. I should grab something like pin it up there, but by the time I do that, it will go away, and I don't know where I would find. I don't think. Where do I have? I could probably find stuff actually. Pin it up there. Oh, bad snap. Okay, that was lucky. Well, Dolphins got lucky there. That was a really bad snap. Yeah, I wish they would actually throw. That's what I'm trying to see with this defense. Like some of the throw. I feel like the Dolphins are really trying to get pressure and stuff. But every time they do drop back, the quarterback just takes off instantly. Yeah, let's see what goes on here. Punt again. Malik falls forward again. Pretty solid return. So height doesn't matter at the QB position now? Okay. When did I say that? I said height doesn't play a correlation to batted down passes. Does that equal me saying it doesn't matter at all? Come on. Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off because, you know, I'm pretty chill. But when people start saying some dumb shit, you're arguing with the wrong one. Tannehill and Daniel Jones the worst such. Oh yeah, they had so many. Okay, we are at commercial, so let's see what happens. Oh god. Hitting wrong buttons. Okay, it's starting to go behind the tree. I can feel it lessening. Apparently, when Joe Flacco was with the Baltimore Ravens, they had to implement a special drill to stop getting his passes batted down. That's funny. Joe Flacco. Height. 6'6". Yeah. No info on Josh, though. Interesting. Shouldn't even comment. Yeah, you're right. Tannehill, the king of tip passes. I could look at what Tannehill's is. Because I do remember, I don't know numbers of tip passes off the top, but I remember there being a lot of one. Let's see. Damn. Tannehill doesn't have it either. Let me just look up batted passes. Nothing popping up. There's a whole article about his batted balls on Bleacher Report, so it must have been a pretty big deal if they did a whole Bleacher Report article about it. Just that one window, a problem with light? Yeah, it's going down right now, so I can't. It's not like it's blinding. Like, it's still there, but like I don't really feel it. Tua says in press conferences all the time he struggles to see over the line when they get pushed back because of height. Okay. Does that have to do with batted passes? Your original statement? No. Hand up the middle. Ollie Gordon to the outside. Pretty good finishing run. Picks up about 5 there. Like seeing that. I'll buy you black shades, ZZ says. Yeah, if you guys want to donate to my shade foundation. Just kidding. Tua is barely 6 feet. I've seen him next to me 2 times. I'm 5'8". Did you tell him he was short? Like, Tua, you short as hell. Okay. 2nd and 5. Here we go. Farrell Brown on the field. I think that's Westbrook Akine and maybe Connor out there wide. And sacked. Who was that? Was that Farrell Brown? I would love to throw the ball down the field. Let's see this. Oh, they're doing the block down. James Daniels has to get out there, but Farrell Brown kind of loses it. I need to see the all-22 for this one, you know? See if there's any options. I'm just glad he's not taking big hits, you know? I don't need to see anything major. Bringing a blitz. And yeah. Not what you want to see from the starters. I'm ready for ears to come. Waddle's out there. I mean, they've just had 2 drive-ending plays. Good job there from the special teams unit. I think Isaiah Johnson was involved. Quentin Bell, Tanner Connor. This is not looking. I mean, yeah, it's obviously 2 drives that you don't want to happen, but does it really indicate how they will play in the regular season? I mean, we don't know. I mean, there's usually no correlation from preseason to regular season play because the play calling will be much different. You'll have different players in. So a lot can change. I mean, it doesn't make me feel like, oh, they're in trouble now. I mean, I think there's going to be growing pains with the offense no matter what this year. But yeah. Definitely some rough plays. Larry Borum there. Farrell Brown had some bad plays. Jonah had that penalty. Bro, we are going to suck. Dude, people are Dolphins fans are so funny, man. We're going to suck because of 2 preseason drives. Now, if you thought that before the preseason drives, I can respect that. But I don't think you should change your mind on how the season's going to play out based off of 2 preseason drives. Yeah. The preseason is all about working through this stuff, you know? Dude. Yeah. Could be rust. Definitely could be rust. I mean, last year they had a really slow start week 1. Why can't I open this? Why is this not working? There. Yeah. Yeah, corner still out there. Still got some of the defense. Flag comes out. Dude, this QB, man, he just takes off instantly. Every rep. Like it's insane. Younger Dolphin fan or neurotic in Russia, they have PTSD. Honestly, I don't know if age has anything to do with it. I've seen it from all of them. Every age group. Jordan Phillips drawing a hands to the face there on that rush. Throw a screen, picks up around 10. Good hustle there from Jordan Phillips. McMorris out there. Trying to see who the other safety is. It looks like Campbell and McMorris are at safety now. Mink is already out. He's already out of his pads. Still got the same corners. The D line is pretty much out there, though. I don't see Sealer, but good rep there from KJ Britt. Oh my god. KJ Britt has got a good run defender at linebacker. The rest of his game definitely leaves a lot to be desired, but he'll get up there and hit you. It's over, Pickle. Pressure up front. They get after him. Chubb, Phillips, Jordan Phillips. Chubb and both Phillips are there. There we go. So you like to see where the quarterback doesn't have room to just take off within a second. Nice little run stunt there. Worked with KJ Britt and Jordan Phillips. Chubb and Phillips get that sack. Yeah. Yeah. That should be the last drive for Chubb and Jalen Phillips for sure. The rest of the guys can probably stay in, I think, that were out there, but that should be their last drive. Punt out of bounds. Punt out of bounds. Yeah, Tua's still out there. I don't know if they should keep him out there though. He's already been hit a few different times, too many times for my liking. Yep. Need the line to do something, especially because Borum has been like the mistake for most of it, and he's obviously the only backup out there. O-line is going to come down to Jonah obviously needs to develop and just get better as the year goes on. And then health, because even just missing Jackson is already, you're seeing ramifications there because Borum is going to have his problems. They got to be able to scheme around it. Now, things could change in a regular season game because I don't think they're calling their exact, during preseason games, they don't call their exact play calls. They can scheme around more help, so maybe they're trying these guys out, but man. Yeah, it looks like all the main starters still out there. Picking up Waddle for about 8. Good job. That's just a leverage read throw. Throw to the outside shoulder, spin it out. Downhill run. Ollie picks up the first down. Brewer pancaked a linebacker. Oh, God. At least he's going off the field, but damn. Four RB's injured. I mean, yeah, that's what we do, Wait, apparently Jason Sanders went to the locker room. That's what happened? Are we so susceptible to injuries in preseason? I mean, every team has the injury problems. But I mean, I don't know. I'd have to look at what the other teams, what the numbers are actually like. But we're definitely feels like we're near the top at least. 7:45. Probably gonna finish this drive, maybe do another defensive drive, and then it might be done. Yeah, as long as he's good, I mean, if he's just get him out of there. I mean, as long as we just need people ready for the regular season. No, I don't live in Florida. Come on. Oh, well, Ollie's back out there, guys. So, Ollie's good. But I don't know if I'd want him out there. Ollie, decent run there. Pick about 4 to 5. Looks like they had some pressure up the middle, but I think looks like they might have sealed it. Maybe someone on the left side. Decent job there from Jonah and Paul, just sealing some guys to the inside there. They got penetration, but they still help create a lane. And those guys in there. 2nd and 6. Damn. 1,500 people. God damn. Incompletion on 3rd down. Just go for it, man. You probably your last drive anyways. I wish they would re-show plays so I could see what happened on that one. They tried to get Connor. I don't know if he was a misfire or just didn't catch it or what. Bringing pressure off the right side. Good job from Malik. Good job by Tua recognizing the pressure, know where he's hot, hit Malik with good timing. Malik makes a tough catch. Seems just like pretty much all the positive plays in both weeks that the preseason or like the starters have been out there has been to Malik. That's where Malik will make his types of plays. Underneath. They're going to get an illegal formation here. Oh, they didn't call it. Gordon hits a nice seam there. Gordon looking, all he's looking, I think it's obviously it's hard to say from just a broadcast view. You'll definitely learn more from the All-22. But he's definitely seeing it well, and good blocking up front there from Jonah, Brewer. Jonah just got a nice push on the second level there. That's nice to see. Yeah. Nice little 9-yard gain there. I'd hand it to him again. Outside zone to the left. Another nice run, just picking up, 3-4, getting the first down. Nothing crazy. He just does a good job of falling forward at contact because, that could have been, I think all the running backs on the roster would have picked up a first down there, but, Ollie turned that into, a couple extra yards because he can grind out and push forward. Tua gonna cost Mike McDaniel his job? I don't know about that. Okay, let's see here. Rolling out, hit Malik in the flat. Good job from Malik, making someone miss. Malik into the end zone. Let's go. Malik! That's my guy. Good job there from Malik. Great play. Pretty good job there from Tua, too. Obviously, he had quick pressure in his face off the boot. Good response. Obviously, not a great showing from the first team offense, but that's what you want to see after a really slow start. When you don't make those detrimental mistakes with the allowing the pressures, the sacks, the penalties, you can have drives like that. Now, at the end of the day, it's a preseason, but love seeing that. They going for 2 here? Oh, yeah. Oh, they're going for 2. Yeah, Jason Sanders is out, apparently. So, they're going for 2. I hope he throws a fade just to piss everyone off. Throw a fade to Nick Westbrook-Akine. Oh, throw it out there. Pharaoh Brown, does he hang on to it? He bobbled it. But I think they picked it up. Yeah. You know I love Malik. Malik's one of my favorite players on the team. I loved that draft. He was my favorite draft pick last year. I love Malik, man. Did he hang on to that? He bobbled that ball. I don't trust Pharaoh to catch, but let's see. When does he gain it? Gained. Yeah, he should have got that. Pretty sure he got it. Okay, well. Noodle arm Zach. Oh, come on. We don't gotta do Zach like that. He don't got a noodle arm. Now, does he have a lot of other problems? Yes. But yeah. Hey, bounce back. I'm sure Twitter's a way better place now because they scored. I haven't even checked Twitter because. Hey, what's up, J-Rab? It's almost draft time. They trying to kill Tua? I think they're always trying to. But yeah, Malik just shook that guy so hard. Here, maybe I can show this play and not get copyrighted. Here's the play if you're not watching. Tua down the flat, Malik makes that first guy miss. I believe that's Chad Muma on the Jaguars and gets in the end zone. Also, wait, I kind of want to see here. Let's watch the receivers downfield. Look at Nick Westbrook-Akine. Look at that. Underrated. 18 down the field blocking. Okay, I'm going to get copyrighted though, so. Okay. I might watch one more drive, and then I'm done, guys. It's almost over. Dang, I needed Waddle for 7 more yards. Are you betting on preseason games? Oof. Betting on the starters is risky in preseason because you know they usually... Yeah, I'm going to get off in a sec. You worried about the cat? Am I supposed to give away that info? Going into the draft? I'll give it a little hint. Not really. But honestly, I don't think I'm going to get Achan just based on where I'm picking in the second and third. I'm pretty sure he'll go in between where I pick. Appreciate that, troll. You too, man. Definitely, I will definitely be breaking down film this week. Streaming a couple other days. I feel like we haven't had that many people in here, but like, because there's 61 here, but apparently 1,600 people like have been in here somehow. People were clicking on and off. Ooh, decent kickoff. Okay, this might be the last drive, guys. The champ is here. Okay, defense back on the field. I'm assuming the starters are going to be like all out except for like some of the secondary guys. Did you do roster projections at all? Yeah, if you look at the start of the stream, I definitely talked about the roster and at least what I think is going to happen. There were some that I didn't make like the full-on rostered stuff. Oh, they're interviewing Jordan Brooks. Thank God Jordan Brooks is healthy. Ooh. Let's tackle up front. Safety is coming downhill, getting involved. I have a former player in the Jaguars tonight. Oh God, I gotta get prepared. 5 minutes. Yeah. Since it's like 2 weeks from the regular season, I don't have to like do a bunch of film breakdowns like all in 1 week, you know? I can spread it out, you know, do like one a day, so I don't have to do like 3 on one day. So I should be able to spread it out a bit more and have enough over the next day. How's that touchdown look? I'm not watching. Here, I'll show it again. Don't tell anyone. Just watch Malik. Play action boot, Tua on the roll. Hit Malik in the flat. He makes this guy look silly. Nick Westbrook-Akine blocking down the field and walks in the end zone. Now, don't tell anyone I showed you that. The NFL is going to come after me. Oh my god. Chop just destroyed that guy. Was that Chop? Cam Smith out there. Hey, that's a good sign for Cam Smith, because Cam Smith was not playing in the first half of the other games. That's big for Cam. Tyndall's also out there, which is interesting. Already reported. I'm going to delete the VOD. Why is Chop still out there? Chop had a sack on his first play. He should have been taken out of the game. Great design. How can you do the film breakdowns without getting copyrighted? I do get copyrighted sometimes. But who are you taking? I'm not telling you, Jordan. I know what I'm doing. Hey, who's out here right now? Yeah, so Cam came in for... I think Isaiah Johnson's out there as well. So Jack Jones and Duck are out of the game. Yeah, I like seeing that physicality from Cam, because he needs to play with some physicality. It's probably his last chance. Grayson Murphy's out in the field. Quinn Bell. Okay, looks like all the backups are pretty much it. They have been getting some decent runs, 10 plus there. Who do they got out there? Dickerson. Yeah, they should be. They do have some interesting players out there in this rotation, though. Some guys who are like, oh, I don't even think that person's making the team, and they're out there. So there's a couple of people like that. Yeah. At this point, now I'm just looking for some individual performance from the young guys who can step up individually. Play action. Grayson. They throw the screen. KJ Britt making a play. KG and Zach. Yeah. I mean, I'm not worried about some backup G lineman giving up runs. Like, I'm just more looking for individual stuff now. Jordan Phillipson? Honestly, I haven't seen him this drive at all, so maybe that's a good sign for Jordan. And delay of game. Timeout. Dolphins don't play Matt Dickerson. It's probably... Oh, Omar was talking about Matt Dickerson, but Dickerson's out there right now, so... Okay, guys. Let's go into commercial. I have to go, but thank you guys for watching. I will be, obviously going over this stuff later in the week, so I will see you guys.